colony address of that resident welfare association? Means that
it is an email.
email, yeah.
So you all
and notice also email both.
Correct. It will be also basically
Society.
there's no address in the notice, and email also doesn't have an address.
Notice that like that and
Venue, right?
Venue you have, you do not have.
It's like school,
my
society
school
office.
name
Yeah, society office and your
society garden is also.
garden you have it until this one. Common sense garden you'll have it.
Yes, ma'am. We will.
Auditorium is not there. Garden you have it. Is it a wrong with that?
And superintendent of hospital. So I wrote MPCP hospital at the gmail.com.
Lovely.
Have it right.
Yes. Any hospital you write at gmail.com you get the marks. Which page? Where did we stop exactly?
Once done the page, after the grammar that part, we have to start.
We start it after the grammar. Okay. After the grammar, we had a lesson in writing. The Dave M. Hamill had made copies for us. So, written in beautiful hand, proud hand. So, as I said, even your education is a what I made you write symbol of resistance. Okay. So here you are talking about when he's writing, and Hamill gave us new copies written in a beautiful brown hand. France, Alsace, France, Alsace. So it's a symbol of love, resistance through education. Understood? So here also it symbolizes that, like he's written France with his own handwriting. He's written France, Alsace to show how patriotic he is, and how like it is also talking about power of patriotism through education. Right? They look like little flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom, hung from the rod on the top of a desk. The way, like, he's comparing it with flags. The way he's written it, it's as if for the flag. Flag is symbol of patriotism, right? 1 minute. Either you shift that side in that corner, or these two shift that corner. Because what is happening that is not, that's better, that much is fine. Because eye contact is not there, okay? So, like how flag has a symbol of patriotism, right? We just now we did just Independence Day. So we have a flag, and after that we have the stamp it. Flags. What do we do with the flags? We keep it aside. Don't throw it in the dustbin. It is symbol of patriotism. It's not something to be thrown aside. So, like that, this what is written France, Alsace was like these little flags. He's comparing it like what you put it on your desk to show that like your patriotism, like that is written here. Okay? So they look like little flags floating everywhere in the classroom because it's written France, Alsace, like that. So it look like that. No, he's written like that, and it looked like little flags in the classrooms. Everywhere in the schoolroom, because they were like, they have hung that France, Alsace, like that, like how you have decorations which you do, like that, little flags like that in the classroom. Okay, hung from the rod on the top of a desk. You ought to have seen how everyone sent to work and how quiet it was. So that day, everybody understood the importance of the day, and everybody was absolutely quiet. Okay. The only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. So that was the only sound which could be heard in the classroom. Once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid attention to them. Not even the littlest one who worked right on tracing their tissues as if it was French too. So, students get distracted very easily. Alright. So that day, some beetles also flew. You know what are beetles, right? You've seen, ladybugs and all that. So that beetles flew, but nobody got distracted. Alright? And nobody paid attention to them. And even the littlest one, even the babies. Now babies do tracing, you know what, the standing line, the sleeping, the question mark. The question mark looks like a hook. Isn't it? Like a French hook. So like that, they were tracing as if it was French to show that their love for their country. Okay. On the roof of the pigeon, the pigeons cooed low, and I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? So, like here, like cooing is a natural part of the pigeon, right? Cooing is like so. The narrator, who's the narrator? Little Franz. Okay, so he thought that are they going to make this one also sing in French? Like, what is the natural part of that, of their upbringing? Are they also going to take that away from the, like them, like how they're taking taking sorry, how they are taking away the right to speak in French, like that they will take away the right of the pigeons to coo, which is a natural part of them. Remember, mother tongue is a natural part of you because you have been brought up in that. And they are, the French is saying, the Germans are taking away the right of speaking French. So, like that, he wondered, are they going to take the stop the pigeons also cooing? Will they also ask the pigeon to sing in German? Clear? Is it clear? Then. Whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw M. Hammer sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind how everything looked in that little room. So it's like, the teacher is so like he wants to memorize everything in the room. So he's looking at every tiny, minute thing so that it leaves a lasting memory. How many years he taught in the school? 40 years. So now he's like, this is last day and how emotional he is. How he's unable to, like, he's trying to fixate everything, what is even the smallest part of that in his memory. Alright? That's why he was talking. He was sitting motionless and gazing at one thing then the other. Fancy for 40 years. Fancy here means imagine. For 40 years, he had been there in the same place with his garden outside the window and the class in front of him, just like that. So for 40 years, like, he's like this class is there, the garden is there, and like, the same routine was there. Only the desk and the benches have worn smooth. So, like, if you see here also, it has a wear and tear. You have this chipped off, this one. So it is only this, but these also have been yours for a long time. Alright, so that's what he's saying.
I'm mango.
No.
I'm sorry.
The walnut trees in the garden were taller, and the hopvine that he planted himself twined about the windows to the roof. So here, every time you come late, what not happened? What from so many months it is happening? What not happened? Come in. The walnut trees were all first a plant. Now they are tree. Alright, 40 years we're talking about the walnut tree in the garden were taller because they were initially planted, now they are taller. And the hopvine is a climber, okay, which he planted himself. He must have planted as a seed, but now that has reached the root. Alright, how it must have broken his heart to leave it all. Poor man. So yes, it's showing his emotional state. It's showing that how it has affected the poor man. To hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks. So, where does he stay? Above the classroom. And who does he stay with? His sister. Trunks are, remember olden days, instead of suitcase, there were trunks. They had iron trunks. Your grandmothers will be having, maybe. Alright? For they must leave the country next day. So immediately they had to leave. So that's why the big sister is packing away her this one. But he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last. Like courage, because remember it's a last day, it's very emotional, and this one it took a lot of courage to listen to the children's last lesson. Alright. After writing, we had a lesson in history. Then the babies chanted the ba be be bo boo. That is your A E I O U. That is your vowels. Vowels. The new pronunciation is vowels, it's not vowels. Okay. The older kids learn history while the younger ones use their vase. Down there at the back of the room, old Hauser, who was old Hauser? What was not given. Anyway, old Hauser put on, remember he had this primer in his hand. What is a primer? What was a primer? Last week only I told you what is a primer. What was a primer?
It's a book that gives the basic information.
Yes. So, old Hauser holding his primer in both hands, spell the letters with them. So they are talking vowels. So he's spelling the letters like CAT, cat, PAT, bat, like that, spelling out the letters. You could see that he too was crying. So even now, even the adults are regretting like not learning at that particular time. So they also crying. His voice trembled with emotion, and it was so funny to hear him that we all wanted to laugh and cry. His voice, it keeps on breaking when you're talking about emotion, it keeps on breaking, and that's why it sounds very funny. Ah, how well I remember the last lesson. All at once, a church clock struck 12. Then the Angelus. Angelus is a prayer. It's a church prayer. Alright? So at the same moment, the trumpets of the Prussians returning from drill. Which drill?
Mock drill.
Mock drill.
Mock drill.
Training.
Sounded under our windows. N. Hammer stood very pale in his chair because that is the time where it is ending. Alright? So that's the time it ended, and he says, parents say, I never saw him look so tall. Like he pulls up himself, gathering strength and this one. So he says, I have never seen him look so tall. My friends, he said, I. But something choked him. He could not go on because this is now the lesson has ended. Now he has to say goodbye. So he's very emotive. He's controlling himself.
Notice that he said I am.
He's fumbling on speech because he can't speak. He's so choked up with emotions. Then he turned to the blackboard. What is the blackboard symbol of? I had made you write this, now you get it from me.
The German suppression.
That is the bulletin board.
Culture.
That is French. Blackboard represents resistance.
Yes.
Through education. And the power of patriotism also represents that because you're talking about, he keeps on writing on that because here see what he wrote.
Yes. This is the first word that came.
Okay, anyway, it's the power of patriotism and it is this one of resistance.
Resistance to anything.
Power of patriotism and resistance through education. Because and wearing all his might, he wrote as large as he could, Viva la France, that is long live France. On the board he writes, that is long live France. Then he stopped and leaned his head against the wall and without a word he made a gesture to us, school is dismissed, you may go. And he couldn't face them anymore because this was the last time. He said he just waved to them and said you can go. Alright? Clear? Any doubt? Alright. Power of education, classroom. symbol of resistance via education, patriotism also. Okay. Yeah. No.
Please.
No. Who told you to be real? Then how long is this? After the grammar lesson, we had a lesson in writing, and that day, M. Hamel had new copies written in beautiful. So he had written France and Alsace, France and Alsace in his beautiful handwriting, and they were like flags floating in the classroom. Okay, basically he put it on the rod of the top of the desk, and so everybody was, because they knew the importance of what is happening, everybody was quiet. The only sound which could hear, like there was pin drop silence. The only sound which could be heard was like the writing, so scratching of the pens over the paper. Once some beat is going, so like you know how children get distracted as soon as something comes, a result comes in your class, you start jumping. So like that, beatings came, but nobody noticed it. Okay, nobody paid attention to them. Not even the littlest one, even the babies, they also didn't pay attention to that. And work on tracing the fish hook. Fish hooks is your tracing, like you know, you do standing line, sleeping line with your baby. The fish hook is like a question mark. Okay, they're tracing that. As if they were, that was French too.
But Philip, they should say a question mark.
Yes, sir. On the roof of the pigeon, on the roof of the pigeons cooed low, and I thought to myself, did they make them sing in Germany, even the pigeons? Pigeons cooing is a part of the natural, this one, right? It's a language. Cooing is pigeons' language. And like that, they are saying, he was thinking, France is thinking, will they make the pigeons sing in German too? So said, like, how they have repressed them, so they have taken away a part of their natural language, right? French is a part of their identity, isn't it? So he said, will they take away the identity of the pigeons also? Like how they have taken identity of us. Got it? Yes. And France and Alsace is the name of a place. No.
Oh, that where he wrote and what?
He wrote it on a paper. That day, M. Hamel had new copies for us. We had a lesson in writing. Remember, teacher writes and you have to copy it again and again. So that they had a lesson in writing. So that day they had new copies. In that it was written France, Alsace, France, Alsace. But they were looking like as if they are flags in the roof. Please compare them to flags. Now I told you now.
And it's which type of literary device? Comparing so.
Like simile. As in like simile. Okay?
Can we do English?
Can we do?
English one.
So we were doing grammar only, we were doing prepositions.
Yes.
Phrasal verbs. We have to start with Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, the Caesar.
Yes.
So
I don't know you will do this.
No, ma'am, we will do English.
I didn't say Julius Caesar, I said I will do grammar here. Once I finish with this lesson. What? Yes. Alright. Now you basically have phrasal verbs or prepositions, what you call. I am increasing it a size weight.
It's a little.
Why have you forgotten your specs?
Very personal.
It's gone away. Now, phrasal verbs, read.
Set forth, put forward. Set forth this condition is the argument we are going to enter into. Set then, begin. The rainy season sets in after summer. Set out, begin a journey. He set out on his journey with his friend. Set up, make out, establish. A commission was set up for inquiring into the matter.
Got it? These are common ones which comes for your exams. Okay. You can kick. Did I ever stop you from kicking? Now stand against is very common in B. It's a repetitive one which keeps on coming, okay?
Stand against, oppose. So stood against will come in a duel. Stand aside, do nothing. He is man who never stands aside when there is something that needs doing. Stand by, support. I promise to stand by whatever happens. Please stand by for our next program. Stand for, favors are maintained. She says she is not going to stand for her own children disobeying.
Okay? Are you understanding the meaning and how the sentence is done? Because that is what is going to come, like normally comes to a preposition. Next.
Take after, resemble. She takes after her mother.
This came. You take after your mother, you take after your father, okay?
Take away, deprive of. The thieves took away all the jewelry from his house in the dead of night. Take down, write. Students took down what the teacher wrote on the blackboard. Take up, engross. Mahatma Gandhi took up the cause of Harijans very boldly.
Take up, that means engross as in he took up the cause for the Harijans. Take up something, you're basically taking up, maybe you will take up, what is your future plans?
E-commerce.
Nothing but typical CA.
So take up chartered accounting, na? You will take up chartered accounting, or you want to stand up with something, you will take that up. Understood? So like took the side of the Harijans, na? Gandhiji stood up for the Harijans, no? So he took the cause of the Harijans. Understood that? Take up is and engross is a synonym for it. Meaning of take up is engross or vice versa. Engross is take up. Okay.
Turn down, refuse. Arun asked Meena to marry him, but she turned down the proposal. Turn out, switch off or expel. Please turn out the light before you go to bed. He turned the figure out of the office. Turn up, appear. Handily 50% students turned up due to holiday. Wait for, watch. Who are you waiting for? Wait upon, visit or follow. Our traveling agent will wait upon you next week. Walk out. Leave suddenly. The opposition walked out from the assembly at the time of voting. Walk away, go away. The beggar walked away after receiving some food. Walk in, go in. The visitors were allowed to go. Bring up. Here. The man was brought up by his uncle after the death of his father. Bring under control. The fine was easily brought under by firefighters. Bring over, win over. The Congress is trying to bring over the independence to its side. Bring about, cause. Your habit of gambling will bring about your ruin one day. Bring forth, produce. On making an inquiry, he brought forth the receipt of the dealer to satisfy me. Bring round, converting to your view. An experienced manager will try to bring this weather around.
Anything which are not understood. Because these are all like basically you are getting phrasal verbs only.
Use the arrow.
I use the arrow button
Bear
only.
up. Tolerate, keep up spirit.
Bear up comes quite often,
Not to distress. He could not bear up such a heavy loss in his business. Whereupon, not relevant to your remarks do not bear upon the matter in hand. Bear down, fail or press on. He has been successful in bearing down all the oppositions. Bearing out, this is bear out, confirm or corroborate. If the evidence bears out the charge, he will send to justice.
Bear up normally you don't use.
Yes, what is
Sorry?
corroborate?
Collaborate, basically collaborate it is. Collaborate, yeah.
Bear with, have patience with. I could not bear with his violent temper. Bear off, grab.
Bear up and bear with both comes. Okay.
Bear off, grab. He bore off the prize and net.
Yes.
There's no better side for me there. So,
विजय इसको ना आते हुए देखे तो वापस उसको उल्टा पाव वापस कर देना, ये वाले क्लास के लिए मार्क नहीं करना चाहिए इसको, ये हर इसमें लेट आता है।
ये ना मुझे
No, no, no. I have heard it from past 3 months and this week
Ma'am,
I
next
heard
time
it.
I will have 20
Yeah.
minutes early. Yeah.
Come on.
Carry out, execute. A good student must carry out the wishes of the teacher. Carry on, manage. I'm trying to carry on my studies in spite of my ill health. Carry on with, fulfill. Nobody can carry on with persons like him. Carry about, move with. Why should you carry your books about all the day? Carry off, take somebody away. The wolf carried off a little child when it was playing. Carry through, help to cross. Have courage. It will carry out through many difficulties. Carry over, transfer. Carry over the total in the new textbook. Come by. Get. How did he come by so much money? Command. Understand importance. People are now coming at the value of family planning. Come off, happen. The annual function of our college will come off next week. Come across. Meet with. I come across with sin.
Huh?
With I came across sadhus. I came across many sadhus in Varanasi. Come up to, reach. The policeman came up to our house and then turned away. Come round, we came. The patient is under the treatment of qualified doctor and will come round soon. Do by, behave. The wise men
You don't get. Draw.
withdraw. They drew off their man before the enemy entered the city. Drew near. Approach. Students work hard when their examination draws near. Draw on. Make demand of. I have drawn on my bank more than rupees 4,000 during this week. Draw out. Hand out. The magistrate drew out the truth by cross-examining the accused. Draw up. Prepare a scheme, arrange, talk, compile. The PD instructor draws up the boys for the morning prayer. Draw aside. Pull in one direction. He drew me aside and whispered the story in my ears. Fly at, make a rush at. The cat will fly at the mouse and fly out, move very fast. We opened the cage and the parrot flew out. Fly away, run away hastily. If the hastily, sorry. If the pigeons are let out of the cages, they will certainly fly away. Fly open with the jump. He touched a spring and the gate flew open. Fly off. Run stealthily, sorry. As we came near, the bird flew off. Come into flying. A crow flew into my room and let fall a picture hanging against the wall. Give up, abandon. I have given up the idea of working in partnership with him. Give in, yell or submit. You must give in to save your life. Give out, publish. I have given out my views. You may or may not like them. Give over, abandon. The president gave over the charge to the vice president. Give way. Fall back. The crowd gave way when the police let off.
I'm not looking at you.
When the police let off tear gas.
I'm giving that because
Give
you don't
away.
know how to apply these in your prepositions. And preposition is where you sing.
Give away, distribute, transfer. After the principal's report, the chief guest gave away the prize. Hold on, go on. The trade fair is held on every year. Hold out, stretch, give offer. Don't hold out our false promises to anyone. It will bring you bad names. Hold over, postpone or defer. For want of quorum, the meeting was held over for 2 weeks. Hold in, restraint. He was highly annoyed with his servant, but he held in his anger. Hold on, stop and drop. The terrorists are holding up innocent people almost every day. Hold it, behave in five days. The magistrate has been accused of holding this one back. Keep back, conceive. Don't keep back anything from your doctor, otherwise you can't recover soon. Keep down. Prevent from rising crush. The police kept down vagabonds by keeping a strict watch over them.
The gypsies over the wall, this one, people roaming around aimlessly.
Ethan, restrain. Some teachers keep in students who are irregular in their homework.
Yes.
Keep up.
मैंने कुछ बोला यार आगे देख के समझ आता है
Keep up, maintain, carry on, mend. The government is trying hard to keep up the prices of sugar and wheat. Keep to, seek to. You must keep to your words like a gentleman. Keep out, prevent, avoid. Put on your woolen clothes, they will keep out the clothes. Keep off, avoid.
Yes.
Keep off the
It's
places.
correct. You all have the wrong spelling. You're using the American spelling there. Color also CLOUR it is, not COLOR. That is American English. You learn British English. British colonized all over the world. That's why we use British English rather than American English. American English is grammatically wrong. Like say my bad. That is grammatically wrong.
so now what is in British English correct
I made a mistake.
Now who will say I made a mistake?
Agreed, but then unfortunately, this is what is the demand of this one. You cannot go and say my bad in your office. This one will kick you out. You will not land up in an interview. Remember, first you have the written exam. Second, you have your interviews. And when you face your interviews and you speak grammatically wrong English, they will not consider you for the job.
But man, some words are in American too. Like we said truck, but actually it's an American word.
Correct. It is an American word, but it has interwoven in your this one. But as I said, people all over the world would rather understand British English rather than American English. That's what. Because as I said, the why? Because British colonized everywhere, na? So for business language they use British English, not American English. Now, but predominance is coming to their national language also. Like in France, you only talk in French, you do not talk in English or any other language.
Look after, take care of. He asked me to look after his garden in his absence. Look for such words. I had lost my keys, let me look for them. Look into, examine. An auditor is expected to look into the accounts truly.
Finally,
Oh, thoroughly. What bro? Look out, inside shop. I am on the look out for an honest driver for my car. Look down upon. So contempt or hate. He is so proud on his position that he looks down upon his subordinates.
this is also common phrase which comes up. These all look normally common, very common phrase which comes.
Look in, peep inside. I looked in through the window but could not see. Run after, pursue, follow. The boy ran after the scooter and hurt himself. Run away. Abscond. The Pakistani soldiers threw down their arms and ran away. Run out. Expire. Come to an end. If the machine is worked and not oiled from time to time, it will soon run out. Run over. Crush. The car ran over a dog and killed it. Run through. Pursue. On the examination night, I ran through a book in an hour.
Escape.
Run against collide. The Titanic ran against the rock and
Anything which you have not understood is reading, but you are understanding because I don't have. It's actually you don't need anything much, but still.
see about, deal with. He promised to see about the matter, see off, witness departure. I was taken out the airport by many of my friends. See over, visit and look at the place carefully. You must see over the house with your parents before you write. See through, realize truth, detect, to give help or support. He promised to see me safely through
Come what may, like whatever happens, he will see me through. Understood all the difficulties, what happens, he will be by my side. He will see me through those difficulties. Got it?
can you explain it
See off with this departure. Like you go to the airport and you see off your parents or you see off, like you say bye to them. No, that is see off. Anything else? Ask, because it's better to ask and clarify.
Set about, start. I must set about the packing for my long journey. Set aside, put aside. Let us
This
set
also
aside
came
our
up.
personal feelings in this matter.
You have to set aside your personal feelings, set aside this.
Set aside.
What is this?
Clinicians.
little lapse.
एक लाचा लपड़
Action. To take action because of something like information received. The police were acting on a tip from an informer and caught scanned red-handed.
act out, perform, and something with action.
That can
Gestures. Example, they acted out the story on the stage. Act up, behave badly or strangely. My computer's acting up. I think I might have a virus. Add on, include a calculation. Example, you have to add the VAT on the price they give.
GST.
Next. Commerce. Add up to make a mathematical total. We added up the bill to check it was correct.
Agreement is also one more common thing, huh?
Affect usually used in a negative to show that something has had a negative effect, especially is it makes you feel bad.
Like the food didn't agree with my stomach. It made me feel nauseous. It made me feel what
I feel terrible. Aim at to target. The magazine is aimed at teenagers. Allow for include something in a plan or calculation. You should allow for the delays when planning a journey. Allow of make possible permit. The rules don't allow of any exceptions. Angle for try to get something indirectly by hinting or suggesting. He has been angling for an invitation, but I don't want him
to come.
to answer
Yeah,
that
but
very
they were
immediately to someone in authority. Her mother was shocked when she started answering her back and refusing to help. Urged down, beat someone in a debate, discussion, or argument. The teacher tried to argue with the girl down, but she couldn't. Argue about a problem to find a solution. If we can't argue our differences out, we will have to take them to court. Ask how someone is doing, especially professionally in terms of health. He asked about my father. Ask after, inquire about someone's health, how life is going. Jenny ran earlier and asked after you, so I told her
You were fine.
you were fine. Ask around, ask a number of people for information of help. I have no idea, but I will ask around at work and see if anyone can help. Ask him to invite somebody into your house. John's at the door, ask him in. Ask over, invite. Out over, बोला ना?
Out over, ask around.
Ask out to invite someone for a date. He asked to he wanted to ask her out, but he was too shy. Ask over, invite. They have asked over for drinks on Friday. Ask auction off, sell something in an auction. They auctioned off their property as they were heavily in debts. Back away,
Retreat to go backwards.
retreat to go backwards. They crowded, backed away. When the man pulled a knife, back down, retract or withdraw.
Retreat.
Back down. Retract or withdraw a position of proposal in an argument.
Okay, that one. Okay.
She refused to back down and was fired. Back into
Retract. Okay.
and enter a parking in a reverse gear. He prefers to back his car into the garage. Back off, retreat. The police told the protesters to back off. Back out, failed to keep an argument of or promise. He backed out 2 days before the holiday, so we gave the ticket to his sister. Back out of, failed to keep an argument or arrangement. She backed out the argument at the last minute.
Argument. It is agreement. It is what argument?
Agreement. Back up. Make a copy of computer data. You should always back up important files and documents so that you don't lose your all work if something goes wrong with the
Backup is just take a copy. It's not necessary of the computer data, anything. Huh?
The answer.
Bag out, criticize. Don't bag out Australian English. Wall up, continue.
What?
Australian English.
Okay.
What is Australian English?
Aussie.
Yes.
Means how we speak.
Like
The word
if we say
Cricketers, you see. Australian cricketer, that's how they speak. That's it.
We say butter, they say bar.
Yeah.
Ball up, confused or making something complicated, then
Most
this
of them
project
are
has balled up.
They
In
put second
UP,
year.
I have no idea what to do. I bargained down, pursued someone to drop the price of something they are selling. I bargained her down to half the what she originally wanted. Bash out, mistreat physically. If you bash your monitor about like that, it won't last long. Bash in, break, damage or injure by hitting the burglars. The burglars bash the door into the enter the house. Bash out, write something quickly without much preparation. I bashed out the essay out in
Shall I make you do
one night
exercise?
before I hand it to them.
Yeah, nice.
But don't learn. You will not know the meaning. You will not know the exercise.
Reading learn. Be after to find or get. The police are after him because of the theft. Be long arrive the next bus should be along in the next quarter of an hour.
And do I think that's
I'm
it.
doing it. More.
Bear on, bear out, bear up, bear up under, bear with, bear down, bear up, beat up, beat up.
Not always.
These are the common ones which comes. Belong with, beg down, big up, calm down,
Exactly.
exaggerate the importance. Decide upon, die down, okay. Fawn over is when you praise somebody. Alright? Hit on when you get an idea. Give up is when you're just like stop doing everything, you're just giving it up. Hold off is when you're basically trying to hold off like that. Want to read? There are too many.
देख उससे बोल रहा है
कुछ नहीं बोले
रिपीट कर
Oh, मेरी आवाज नीचे
अरे कुछ भी नहीं बोला यार
ये बोल रहे तुमने बोल दिया
सच
तो तेरी आवाज में खुदा की इजी हो जाए आप इसको से इंग्लिश और प्रॉपर बना ब्रिटिश
No. What? Work.
yes I will
he will answer first
yes
So,
I
okay,
will answer something
Yes, I know.
then
I am not how
I will hear feedback
What?
which one question Bobby waited in front of the school.
Yes.
The children were told to return home because it
Because it's a preposition.
as
As also. It's a preposition.
since it was dark
Before it is.
before it
That's why you don't. That's why I said phrases were very lovely. This one. Come on, next.
he wore an old muffler wrapped around his neck.
Hmm.
We saw the bird fly high on above the top. Music on the music not above it right now.
High above the tower.
Now he first could have.
कौन बोला
तुम्हें बोला
नहीं बोला ए
इसको
नहीं
उसका
बोला
कॉपी कर रही है म्यूजिक थेरेपी इज अ क्योर टू मेनी इल्स एंड दिस
Which answer है? It's a
Over.
Over there. The thief ran from the staircase and out into the yard. Mr. Roy jumped into his car and drove away. Drove away. As fast as he could. Please do not get carried on by this fumes.
Carried away.
My phone is also perfect.
Acha, I didn't know that. My grammar is so poor. I didn't know. Sorry. Thank you for enlightening me.
I was teaching from so many years.
Away.
Carried away by these rumors.
But in when it's written carry on.
Carry on with your work. Second exercise yours. Come on.
So many there.
I'm letting him answer, okay?
You can another exercise. I have enough and more exercise for all the years. No.
He hid the stolen goods on
You are hiding something. You will hide it on. You keep it here on the table and you hide it. You will hide it under.
the teacher knew all I'll pardon him.
You will see your
About the problem.
and phone nature. क्या photo लेना?
The teacher knew all about the problem.
Yes.
The boy sat still under the night.
Under the night, fellow.
In the night. सही बोला.
Through the night.
Confidence.
My grandmother would have fallen.
I didn't fall down. Would have fallen down if I had not catched her.
The sailor
Held on to the mast.
of the boat for fear of being blown out in the street.
Carried
Thrown
away.
away. You don't open your mouth. If I take the pages and I really have to throw it on a page.
All the borders were taken.
Boarders. The people who live in the hostel. Boarders
For a walk.
were taken.
For a walk.
Correct. Next.
Even though
She slept.
she slept
You sleep on what?
well.
I give the answer only. Even though she slept on several mattresses, she still felt the heartbeat. This is the fairy tale of Princess and the Pea. Come on, the next one, last one.
What's that for?
Quarrel. Quarrel is with fighting.
No, what's the name?
Anup and Arun.
Have quarreled and have held.
So have quarrel is correct.
Have quarreled on a silly matter.
Quarrel over a silly matter. And you don't want to read the prepositional phrases. Your next one is yours.
The puppy was hiding under the sofa. Stop worrying about the future. When I stepped in the lift, I found the top working.
In the lift.
Inside now.
Into the lift. It's an enclosed space. Into the enclosed space. Next.
We had to use a bridge to go over the I had lived in this town for 10 years. We switched off for the
Which of? हाँ.
Doing is married to my cousin.
Yeah. We got the easier one.
Ma'am, Ritunjita, please click on
Alright, the last one.
When you came with
Yeah, but the birthday card. Come on, next one is yours.
Arnab also.
Arna will be the last.
Yes.
This is yours.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
The poet.
No, Miss, a little harder object.
The poet mother was stung on a scorpion.
On a scorpion.
Why Scorpion?
And what does it mean?
Scorpion.
Sting करता है ना. The scorpion has a sting, right, on its tail.
अरे
बिच्छू. अच्छा.
Is right.
I just showed you this.
It's a very easy one. Hint. Daily हम हर सेंटेंस में यूज करते हैं पहले.
Write down.
A dog was hiding under the bed, barking at the stick. Sheila's grandmother found it difficult to climb up the steep staircase. The soldier fought bravely for his country. There is no use of crying for this.
It's a phrase. It's a phrase.
And above,
About
over the split mill. I don't know what they are arguing. That's fine.
You argue.
What?
about
I don't know what they're arguing about.
The school playground is out for the bounce.
Out for the bounce. What is bounce?
Fences. Fencing on and off is made.
Limitations. As if you're not allowed to go that side.
So means across.
Across it will come. Out of bounds.
Okay.
and why didn't you throw it?
I will throw it at you first. You will be the first target.
I
Need to
did
read.
all right.
All correct. No, you still made 2 mistakes in that. You
But slow.
I will throw you there.
Give it.
out of bounds for pupils of the primary school. Remember, when it is out of bounds, it is a phrase which is always comes together. What?
She shouted angrily.
You shout.
Or disobeyed.
You shout.
And
Yeah.
and did is something.
I asked them to provide us with a guide. Let me view at a distance and at moving bird.
मैंने क्या किया?
Cut down.
My daughter believes in fairies. He drew a beautiful diagram of the boat.
Off the boat.
On the boat.
Draw the diagram.
Sorry.
On board.
On the boat. She battled her way through the crowd. We were asked to gather by the reason. They had to climb up the steep pathway.
Still we made mistakes.
So continue.
And next one.
Your turn only it is.
There was cheap price on the price.
On
Yeah,
or in.
they were steep price.
In on the price.
Yes, you don't say on and in prices. And it is not sitting on with that in.
Miss, you were trying to add this.
Air pollution is responsible for the spread of bronchitis.
Bronchitis.
Bronchitis. He was under pressure to complete the work.
sit and sit, give her the board exam answers? No, either one of you. Come on,
John jumped across
the river.
Over the river.
Over the river to rescue someone. You jump over the river or you jump in the river?
in the river. His teacher is
You don't need. You need half and half. What?
His teacher is very pleased by him. Ali
Huh?
with him. I'm with him. Sorry. I'm with him. Ali took off his cap and wiped his face. The old woman could not get through the shop. Over the shop. He should not get away
Yes.
with that sentence.
I swear to God. If I had the result, I would have given you a.
The plastic scale.
As I said, if I had